Small groups are where large church or large ministry becomes personal. It is where people can move from the big, overwhelming environment filled with small talk conversations to an intimate, welcoming environment filled with deep conversations. We believe here at Crosschurch that people need each other and that small groups are for Bible study and relationships. Have you ever been to a group and felt like you didn't belong? Maybe you sat down in a living room or around a table and conversation was filled with inside jokes or continuations of past conversations with no background information, and they didn't tell you what was going on or what was said, and you really felt left out, confused, or unwanted. I sure hope not, but that is exactly what a first-time guest to a small group is concerned that they will find. A group that has found their people and are uninterested in someone new messing up their dynamic. This is what we call a closed group. A closed group would be a group that is shut off from any newcomers or outsiders and would be an invite-only kind of group. To be clear, we don't have any closed small groups in our young adult ministry. We want every single small group to be an open group where people are in and out of a group can invite people, where people within the group have a heart for hospitality and inclusion towards guests. Here's some tips on creating a you belong here culture. Here's the first one. Think about your space. Do you have extra seats or a place for potential guests? Is there a bathroom that's hard to find? Are there water bottles or cups of water somewhere nearby? Just think through what could be confusing or odd that might be normal for you and the group, but may need some explaining up front to a new person. Here's the second tip. Learn their name and help them learn names. Knowing names is the first step to feeling known. Maybe your group hasn't needed an icebreaker because the majority of the group know each other already, but if someone is new in the group, maybe this is the time for an icebreaker. Maybe the best way for the group to get to know the newcomer and the newcomer to start learning names and things about people in the group. Here's the third one. Pay attention to them. This doesn't mean smother them with your attention, but it does mean to make an intentional decision to watch, are they being left out? Is everyone talking and they're in a corner somewhere? Make them feel right at home. Tip number 4, text them later that night. Text them 30 minutes to an hour after the group is over. Text them something like, I'm so glad you came tonight. It was great having you. We would love to have you again next week. This small text can go a long way, assuring them that they were indeed welcome at the small group. Here's the 5th one. Ask them if they want in on weekly communication. If they don't want in on this, great. But if they say yes, then add them to any sort of group text or group meet that is available to them. Here's the last one. Text them a reminder that next week. So maybe it's a week later, maybe it's the morning of the small group, and they have been once the previous week. Just text them and say, hey, small group is tonight. Hope you can come. This shows that you haven't forgotten about them and you really hope that they can be there to continue in the community. We believe these 6 tips will help guests feel welcomed and create a place where people can feel wanted and known. Creating a you belong here culture within small groups is an important part of reaching the young adults in Northwest Arkansas.